Good morning and welcome to the March monthly member briefing. I'm Thomas Deere. I'm the Vice President of Sales and Engagement at the Chamber, and I have the privilege today of being your host. A big thank you to each of you for joining us today, and thank you for your membership and partnership. These sessions are designed to provide you with information, solutions, and the connections needed to keep your businesses growing and thriving. Today, you have joined in listen-only mode with your microphones and cameras muted. We do encourage you to ask questions throughout the program using Zoom's chat box. I want to thank our media sponsor today, the Cincinnati Business Courier, for their continued support of our monthly member briefing. Our lineup today is incredible. I'm so excited for you to hear from our keynote speaker and our guest speakers, so let's get going. Please welcome Jill Meyer, President of the Cincinnati USA Regional Chamber.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our March monthly briefing. Here we are in March already. I have to say that the weather's cooperation with us to kick off the month has been pretty cool, so I hope you've been enjoying it as I have. We're downtown and it is really wonderful each day that ticks by to see more and more people walking the sidewalks down here. It was pretty lonely there in the early months of the middle months of the pandemic and even more recently. So we're back at 3 East 4th Street. I think many of you have been here, but we're back. We have people back at work. We have meeting rooms that are hopping. We have members coming in for meetings. We have events happening. So come join us for sure. And I do hope I guess I'll tack on to this. I hope you guys are getting back into your offices. We had conversation yesterday, the energy that you get from one another while working from home and hybrid is great. There are some benefits, sure. You just can't replace that energy you get from being around not only other people, but other people who are on your same team. So I hope you're back in your spaces and supporting those business communities, your restaurants, the retail shops, and the secondary economy that depends upon all of you being back in your offices. I can tell you our economy needs it. Many of you can tell me even better that the economy needs it. I'm going to jump in with just a quick look at the past couple of weeks here at the Chamber have been pretty remarkable. Bengals tailgates, leadership classes kicking off, a new couple of cohorts just got kicked off, and we're rolling out additional featured business districts in our storefronts to the forefront program of the neighborhood business districts, which I hope you have all seen. That is a partnership with Duke Energy to make sure that our local business districts are getting more attention and hopefully more customers and more dollars in their doors. Our team has really been hard at work trying to make so much happen for our member businesses, and the close of the pandemic, can I say that? I don't think I can say that yet. The winding down, we're in the tail at least. How about that, of a pandemic? That's helping. Spring just helps, and I think we all agree that 2022 is in fact a new year for all of us. While I'm not going to shout out everything that we've been doing, I do want to talk about my absolute most favorite event that we do at the Chamber, our annual dinner. And that was a week ago today, last Thursday, where we were so happy to welcome back more than 1,000 business leaders across the Cincinnati area to really what is the premier business event in our community. It's where we recognize 4 great living Cincinnatians. We honored 7. We are making Black History honorees, and really just a phenomenal night of being together, seeing old friends, and celebrating some pretty phenomenal people. It's again, that energy in that room is frankly, that was energy that can only be felt on the heels of a pandemic, because there was so much reuniting going on. It was just fun to see, and as one of our colleagues said, and to hear the sounds of happy people celebrating is pretty comforting sound. If you weren't there, make sure that you mark your calendar. We set that well ahead. Every year it'll be next February the 16th. And one of the first time attendees this year said to us afterwards, I didn't realize this is the Grammys of Cincinnati. So there you have it. You don't want to miss the Grammys, most certainly. Then I can't not say something a little bit more about the Bengals putting Cincinnati on the map in a way that, frankly, nobody could have imagined. To walk into the first 2 months of the year with over $4 billion, 4.4, in fact, billion dollars in media exposure for Cincinnati through that playoff run. The bulk of it at the end there with the Super Bowl appearance and related activities. That's just a huge boon for Cincinnati when we already have so many good things to talk about. We got the opportunity. And so what we know is that the benefits of that Super Bowl economically and that sort of morale boost, those will last and compound for a long time. So continue leaning in. Our Bengals didn't win. There is next season, but continue leaning in on the energy, the attention, and really the new excitement that it generated for all of us in Cincinnati, as everybody in the country, it felt like, was cheering for our Bengals to win that Super Bowl. Before I introduce our keynote speaker this morning, I do want to mention a few upcoming opportunities. I told you everybody's coming back. Our building is alive, and we have some opportunities for you that I think that you won't want to miss, at least one or two of them. On March 10th, so that's 1 week from today, we are hosting back in person our Regional Government Day. If you have come in the past or not, this is an opportunity to meet and mingle both informally as well as hear formally from a number of elected officials at levels across our region. Just a really great insight, a little up close and personal conversation with them. So please come. It is, we have a great crowd already lined up and some phenomenal speakers. We're following that just a couple weeks later. On March the 23rd, our We Speak series kicks off, March 23rd. Again, if you've been to any of these, this is our Women's Speaker Series. We are kicking off with 3 phenomenal speakers, Tara Adams, Julia Poston, and Candace Matthews-Brackeen, who will be talking about the power of wealth building. So stay tuned. March the 23rd, you'll want to be there for that. And then application season is just about upon us here. As you know, we do a ton of leadership programs at our Leadership Center. Applications are open right now for one program. That's our spring class of our Building Cultural Competence. This is a great program for leaders really at any level. And it's for those who are interested in taking a deep dive into your own personal cultural competency, figuring out where you are on that scale, learning and getting better. This is a program that we've had in play now for the past few years, and great feedback that people really do experience growth. So those applications are open, and stay tuned for some more leadership applications that will open up just around the corner for some other leadership programs. As always, you can find more information. I didn't share all the details, but if you head to our website, you will find them there, as well as opportunities for some other happenings that we have that we would love you to join us for. All right, now it's my real pleasure to introduce you to a phenomenal leader and a really good friend of the Chamber. Neville Pinto serves as the 30th president of the University of Cincinnati, where he leads the university's strategic direction, which I know you've seen. It's called Next Lives Here. And it's such a great capture of all of what they're building up on the campus. A university teacher, a researcher, and an administrator with more than 35 years of experience in higher education. Under his vision, UC is focusing on becoming a leader in innovation and impact, with 3 main platforms that you have seen all being polished off and coming to a whole different level. Academic excellence, of course, the innovation agenda, and the urban impact, which is so important to so much of our economy, that we have the behemoth of the University of Cincinnati right in the middle. And not only is it a university right in the middle of the city, but it is our region's only Carnegie Research One university, which is attracting over $525 million annually in external research funding. And that is game-changing in and of itself. And the way that UC is now going about it really is a benefit to all of us. Here's a fun fact. Dr. Pinto is the first UC president to rise from its faculty ranks since Herman Schneider. And who is Herman Schneider, you may ask? He was the president he became the president in 1929, and he was the founder of UC's co-op program. Cooperative education was founded at the University of Cincinnati by former President Schneider. So Dr. Pinto is certainly following in some pretty cool footsteps. Since Dr. Pinto took over in 2017, there have been a lot of big things happening up and around UC and their campuses. There are two that I would note. The 1819 Innovation Hub opened. I think everybody has at least seen it, been in it once. What's happening up there is really incredible. The second is that Dr. Pinto appointed the university's first Chief Innovation Officer. So when you think about the three focus areas, that was a really critical move to put innovation at the beginning, the middle, and the end, I think, of everything that UC is leading these days. Dr. Pinto has prioritized also critically important signature and intentional investments in diversity, equity, and inclusion. He's reinventing that groundbreaking cooperative education program for our digital economy. And he has attracted $100 million investment. A $100 million investment, that's a lot of jack. From Jobs Ohio, this was just before the pandemic hit, but that investment is to accelerate the number of STEM graduates coming out of the university, to promote federal research, and to launch the Cincinnati's Innovation District in Uptown, all critically important to the growth, continuation of your businesses and our local economy. I could go on. I will not, because it's more fun to hear from the man himself. So please help me welcome UC's president, President Neville Pinto. Dr. Pinto, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you so much, Jill, for that very kind introduction of both me and the university. Really appreciate it. And I appreciate what you and your team is doing in the Chamber for our entire city. So as Jill mentioned, I've been a longtime member of the University of faculty here. And I say that again because it's never been a more exciting time here in Cincinnati in my 30 plus years in the city. What a wonderful last few months with the Bengals. They didn't win, but it was tremendously exciting. And here on campus as well, you know, we had a pretty exciting football season. It was the first time we got to the college football playoff. Just in terms of exposure, the estimates are that 35 million people across the country viewed our games over the last season, and we attracted our first college game day to campus. So really, really a tremendous time in Cincinnati. I'm also excited, actually, as you know, the University of Cincinnati will soon be a member of a Power 5 conference, the Big 12. And I do hope that the membership to the Big 12 will lead to continued exposure for our city and positive impact for our region. I can tell you this, it's probably the best college basketball conference in the country now. And we should have some exciting times here in Cincinnati watching some great basketball. But this is not about athletics. As you know, the core business of the university is education, knowledge discovery, and impact on the community. So what I thought I'll do is spend about 10 minutes to provide you some background on the university for those of you that may not be familiar at the level of detail that typically someone not associated with the university would have. And then open it up to any questions you may have. And I'd like to focus on the questions because I think that will really tell me what your interests are. But just very quickly, an overview of the university. We have almost 47,000 students here on campus. We have 4 campuses. And we have about 10,500 faculty and staff teaching those students and guiding them through research. We are the largest university in the region, but we're also one of the largest employers in the city. We have about 330,000 living alumni. And an interesting fact here is that about half of them live in our region. So the impact of the university on our regional talent pool and its economic impact are real. Our university's annual budget is about $1.6 billion, and we have an endowment of about $1.8 billion the last time I checked. I know the stock market has been on its way down, so it may be slightly lower than that, but it's in that range. And in the most recent economic study that we have done, we estimate that the university has a $4.2 billion impact on our region. But the university is, when you think about university, the university is the first thing you think about are students. And for us, that's the core of our thinking, the core of our decision making, and it really drives the priorities for our planning. We attract students from all 50 states and 114 countries. The way we envision our responsibility to the students, it's encapsulated in Next Lives Here. Next Lives Here really talks about our responsibility as stewards of this great institution to think about the students as our next generation of leaders. And we know that when they're in school here, they live here and they are our responsibility. Their education is going to determine the future of our society. And so with that in mind, we have something called the Bearcat Promise. Traditionally, when you think about success of a student at a university, you think about graduation. And certainly that's important. But we think of it with respect to this visual. We think of a student now walking across the stage at commencement with certainly a diploma in one hand, but also a plan for their career in their left hand. And that really changes the perspective for us as educators. We do this across 14 colleges that we have at the university, and these colleges range from our College of Arts and Science to the College Conservatory of Music, DAP, which is our Design, Art, Architecture, and Planning, College of Medicine, Pharmacy, Nursing, Engineering, and Business. I won't go through all of them, but we have just about every discipline that a student would desire to explore on our campus. In fact, we have 418 academic programs at the university. And what is not well known is over 200 of these are actually graduate programs. So of those 47,000 students, about 11,000 students are graduate students. And we have 83 doctoral programs, which really speaks to our Carnegie Research One designation. Last year, we graduated 11,000 students with degrees from the University of Cincinnati. And this, I think, is a measure of the talent pipeline to industry and beyond that comes out of UC. Jill mentioned earlier about co-op and the fact that it was founded here at the University of Cincinnati. And again, go back to that visual that I talked about, which is career planning and the classical education at a university. And when you think of career planning, often, in the past, it's been relegated to post-graduation in the non-professional fields, where a student explores and then takes some time to actually find their niche in our society and economy. We think that should be done earlier. So we have a very deliberate process by which we engage students in their freshman year, asking them questions about where their passions are, what their interests are after graduation. And then we guide them through their programs, both in program selection and course selection. But also very importantly, we provide them opportunities to work with practitioners through our co-op program, which was established about 115 years ago. To give you a sense for the size of the co-op program, typically, we have about 3,500 of our students who are on co-op placements. And this is possible because we have relationships, well-established relationships with 2,000 employers across most of our country, which actually they are in 46 states, but also overseas in 22 countries. So we have a range of options that we can provide to our students so that they can explore careers and learn simultaneously about what lies beyond the university campus. As corporations and as leaders of corporations in Cincinnati and the surrounding region, you are, I know, focused on getting the best talent to your university. And if you're not connected to our co-op efforts, I would encourage you to do that, because for us to retain talent in this city, we need to work together in strong partnerships to ensure that that happens. Connected to that objective also, but with a broader scope, is our Cincinnati Innovation District that Jill mentioned earlier on. We see the Cincinnati Innovation District as a unique and thriving ecosystem that attracts, produces, retains, and develops talent by co-locating and collaborating with organizations. The district includes some of the world's leading academic and research centers, organizations, and talent pools. The anchors for the Cincinnati Innovation District are the University of Cincinnati and Children's Hospital Medical Center. And the district's footprint includes the Environmental Protection Agency, the soon-to-open National Institutes for Occupational Safety and Health, as well as Cincinnati State. Jill mentioned that we attracted about 2 years ago a $100 million investment from the state through Jobs Ohio. And really the focus of that is to increase the number of STEM graduates that come out of our university. Our goal is to get 15,000 additional STEM graduates, and also to increase the research funding to our area by $2 billion. Jill had mentioned earlier that we attract about $525 million in research funding, external funding, mostly from the federal government, that comes to this region because of the work that we do here on campus. But we want to increase that because we believe that allows us to generate new knowledge, new ideas that gives us a competitive edge in the market as a community. This Cincinnati Innovation District is also projected to attract about 20,000 high-skilled jobs to Cincinnati by the year 2030. So what is this Cincinnati Innovation District beyond sort of that broad description? It originated, and Jill mentioned this, in the 1819 Innovation Hub, which is a refurbished building. It's about 110,000 square foot building, which was the former Sears building in Avondale. Numerous Fortune 500 companies have co-located in 1819. The facility also serves as headquarters to seed investor Cincy Tech, and more recently to Lightship Capital, a venture capital fund that finds and funds underrepresented business entrepreneurs. The university has also invested in an additional 21,000 square foot facility at 121 East McMillan that will serve as an incubator for Lightship. The mission of the Cincinnati Innovation District is to provide a purpose-built ecosystem that leverages the tremendous resources and potential of the university, community, and corporate partners. It is also a place where businesses of all sizes, from startups to Fortune 500 companies, can connect with each other. And we believe that proximity and connection is going to lead to good things. So our approach to the Innovation District is simple. It's all about people. In today's knowledge economy, physical capital is no longer the constraint. It's really human capital. Virtually every business is a tech business today and requires individuals that have digital skills, knowledge, and abilities to contribute. We are focused on resolving the current talent crisis through education and training. A major reason for the crisis is the disconnect between the digital talent needs of employers and the supply of talent to meet those needs. Left unattended, this disconnect will result in loss of opportunity and perhaps a severe economic crisis. We leverage programs and experience to build scalable educational and experience-based solutions for our community. So today, education at all levels is critically important. I was just at a meeting that the governor had with the Ohio Business Roundtable yesterday, where he was talking about the Intel investment that's going to be made in the Columbus area. And he was talking about the need for us across the state to focus on education to meet the talent needs, not just of Intel, but all of the corporations that exist today and more that are going to be attracted by that huge investment in our state. So we are focused on accelerating the number of STEM graduates and building a future pipeline of talent at the university by working with organizations to upskill their existing workforce and reskill underemployed, low-income, and unemployed individuals. By way of example, we have programs working with our corporate partners for both upskilling and reskilling. We are currently running a pilot program with Fifth Third and Kroger to advance their employee base with digital skills they need in this digital environment. I know I'm almost out of time here. I do want to mention one more thing that's related to the Cincinnati Innovation District, and then I'll wind it up and open it up to questions. Last year, later this year, the first two buildings of what is known as the Digital Futures Complex, which is a 600,000 square foot development, which will open in the Cincinnati Innovation District. You may have seen this actually on exit 3 on I-71. There's 2 new buildings coming up right on the exit. That's our UC's Digital Futures Complex. So what is this going to do? It will provide a landing place where industry talent, ideas, and research can collide to solve problems. Once complete, the facility will host about 20 research lab centers, institutes, and initiatives poised to conduct collaborative, interdisciplinary, and applied research. Digital Futures is really designed to foster moonshot thinking and high-risk, high-reward applied research with a digital core. We envision it will be a place where new opportunities and possibilities will be unleashed with radical, actionable ideas and breakthrough innovations. Digital Futures research will also leverage advanced tech to solve social, economic, and climate-related problems caused by such things as urbanization. This is our commitment to our mission in the city. So it's an exciting time here at the university. We believe that the assets that we have, which are the assets of the city of Cincinnati, we really work to live into our name, which is the University of Cincinnati. And I hope you will take this opportunity as to explore what we have to offer. As I said earlier, for us to make a difference, we have to have strong partnerships with our business community. And we are determined to do that. The response from the business community has been just tremendous to our initiative around innovation. And we look forward to building those so that we can transform the prospects for our community in the future. So once again, Jill, thank you so much for inviting me to speak today. I will turn it over back to you for any questions that the audience may have.
Thank you, Dr. Pinto. I am always struck every time I hear you or David Adams or others talk about UC, just how much goes on out of the University of Cincinnati. And it can be overwhelming at times to think about it, but to have that kind of an academic research hub right in the middle of our economy is such a gift for all of us. So thank you for the way that you're leaning into taking that to the next level. We have just a couple of minutes for questions, and I want to get really tactical if we can. The co-op program we cherish here at the Chamber, and what we know in our constant bid for talent, is that when a student has a cooperative working experience with a company here in town, they are more likely to stay in Cincinnati to build their career, and they are more likely to just feel a different kind of ownership of our community. So I wonder if you could share, while you're not the guy executing the program, but maybe share on a tactical level for some of our members, the importance of more employers. The numbers you guys already have, 2,000 employers across the country, across the world. How can they get involved as a new co-op company? And if you will, I've heard you talk about the real need to get all of the students a cooperative education experience and not just the business students. So could you share your thoughts on that and maybe give a couple tips to the members for how they might think about getting involved?
Absolutely, Jill. That's a great question. So first of all, to connect with the university on anything that you need, we wanted to make it simple. So the Chief Innovation Officer, David Adams, is your contact. We consider the 1819 Innovation Hub as our front door. The responsibility of that office is to connect the needs of our business and other members of our community with the assets of the university. So we wanted them to have a single point of contact. So that should make it it's simple. Again, it's David Adams, our Chief Innovation Officer. Unfortunately, I don't have his email address, but I'm sure it's not hard to find. So, but to your question about co-op, I'll tell you this, while I don't run the nuts and bolts of the program here, I have been involved on the front lines as a professor, because my academic appointment is in the College of Engineering. And every student in the College of Engineering is required to co-op for graduation. And I saw the effect on these students for many, many years in the way they evolved as young adults, getting ready for their careers. And I can tell you there is no more powerful force than the experience that they get in practice to developing them as individuals ready for the workforce. So if you want a talent pipeline in your company that is ready to go on day one, I can't think of a better way of doing it than through co-op. As an employer, you also have then the advantage of not having a long-term commitment to this employee, studying their strengths and their weaknesses, and establishing whether you would like them to continue as in your company. Beyond that, I'll tell you that things have changed with, as the years have gone by. I'm now in my 4th decade in higher education, and I can tell you the students today are very different from the students in the past. They don't have the goal of working for a single company their entire lives, as I did when I graduated, way back. They see their employment very differently from students in the past. They like to explore. They want a certain degree of satisfaction and excitement in the work that they're doing, connected to the values that they have. And often through what they hear, they see those opportunities outside of Cincinnati. So it becomes hard to attract and retain those people in our city. I know that the corporations here in this city do exciting things that these students are interested in. They just don't know about it. So the way to retain talent in the city is to give them opportunities to explore the tremendous work that you're doing. So I think that's part of our strategy. In fact, this is not a new strategy. You've heard of the Linda College of Business. They have the Linda Plus program. And really the goal of that program was to retain people in Cincinnati, high-performing, in particular, students in Cincinnati. It's been very successful. We're extending this to the entire university. And going back to what you said, we have something called Co-op 2.0. The idea behind that is every student who would want to co-op, regardless of which program they're in, we should provide that co-op opportunity because we believe that's important for their professional development. So we are pursuing that. Students from the College of Arts and Sciences, which you would think would be the last college to be able to connect to co-op, is doing that actually with increasing success as we move along.
Dr. Pinto, thank you so much. We are blessed to have David Adams sit around our board table at the Chamber, keeping us all connected, and look forward to more work with your whole team and getting some more employers engaged in the co-op, because from the Chamber perspective, we want to keep all of the students here that we can and bring more. So thank you for everything that UC is doing to put Cincinnati on the map, keep Cincinnati on the map, and keep our talent here. And most especially, thanks for taking your time this morning to join our members and to share your thoughts. We're so fortunate to have you at the helm at the university and look forward to next lives here alongside of you as well. Thank you so very much.
All right, bye-bye.
Dr. Pinto, you're awesome. Thank you for all you do and all UC has done for this region. You're a true leader and we really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tom, appreciate it.
It's my pleasure now to switch gears and introduce 2 chamber members who have been making an impact in the community. This morning, you're going to hear from Total Quality Logistics' Dan Shelton and Ament Consulting's Leslie Nienhaus. First up is Dan Shelton, VP of Application Development for TQL. Dan is an experienced technology leader with over 23 years of experience in building and leading large, high-performing teams at a global level. Dan oversees the TQL team that's responsible for digital transformation of the company. TQL was founded in 1997 and provides domestic and international freight transportation and logistical services. TQL is one of the largest freight brokerage and third-party logistic firms in North America. And as of 2021, they were the largest private company in Greater Cincinnati. Dan, we're so excited to hear more about TQL and how you've taken the local media and the national media by storm.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the great introduction. So thank you very much. Today, I want to talk about a program that we've launched here at TQL to really help reskill and upskill some of our talent. Really that we were faced with challenges that Dr. Pinto mentioned with the need to find digital technology talent here in the city and to fuel our growth here at the company. So we partnered closely with the Chamber and the Apprentice organization to help develop a boot camp, 3 months long, where we took some seasoned technology veterans, non-technology veterans here at TQL that were in sales roles and other types of roles, put them through a selection process and ultimately chose a cohort of 10 folks to put through that boot camp to train them to be technologists. We're the first program that we did, the first cohort, we're all trained to be software developers and are now serving as software developer apprentices here at the company, serving on software teams. So our motivation really was that in the wake of the pandemic and our hiring needs, basically that were driven by the supply chain demand, we needed to really staff up our tech teams. We were following traditional recruiting methods. We have a lot of folks doing recruiting for us. We have great partnerships with local universities here in Cincinnati and elsewhere. But we really needed some additional talent to really get our teams ramped up quickly. Our IT organization has grown from 250 folks to over 400 folks just in about the last year and a half. And we've got another need to hire an additional 100 or so technologists just this year alone. So as we're doubling our size of our IT organization, we felt it was great. We really needed to look at creative ways to ramp up our team. So we went through a selection process, as I mentioned. We opened up the process to the company. We had a significant amount of really qualified, talented individuals apply. Folks that were doing sales support roles, administrative assistants, many different folks that from all walks of the company that were interested in learning software development and shifting their career. We put them through there was a test that the Apprentice organization really helped us administer that was pretty tough. And we also put them through a series of rigorous interviews and ultimately settled on the 10 folks that we went with. We have a graphic here that kind of shows what we're looking to accomplish and how we are investing in our people who are then returning the favor by providing us great insights as users, former users of the applications that now they're developing and building, just really generating a better technical solution that better meets the needs of our business teams. Ultimately, the result has been very positive, overwhelmingly positive. I think we have a picture here of our class, our first cohort, and there's 10 happy faces there, all 10 for 10 successfully now serving as team members on software development teams. As interesting as I walked in this morning, the first 3 people I saw in the building, bright and early, well before their required time to be here, were 3 of those apprentices that were in that original cohort that are working on 3 different teams now, but still together, still supporting each other, having coffee in the break room. So we've seen that bond that they really built through the program will pay dividends for quite a long time. We're now interviewing for our second cohort, and we've had over 100 applicants from within the company applying for the next class, and we're going through that selection process. A couple of things that I found really interesting as I've interviewed some folks as part of that selection for the second cohort. One person said, well, when I heard about this program, I was working elsewhere. My brother worked at TQL and shared that this program was happening. I've always had an interest in technology. I just didn't have access to the education that I would need to do that. So I applied and came to work at TQL in a sales support role, working in billing and payments processing, just for an opportunity to apply for this program. So that's a testament that the program has been well received by the employees, and they see and value that investment that we're making in them. I would also say, as I interviewed someone else yesterday, a young lady came in, and she works at our different location here in the city, but here in Cincinnati. She came in, she said, I got here an hour early. I didn't want anything to stand in my way of this interview. She said, I've been sitting in the car for an hour just waiting. I just didn't want traffic to get in the way. I didn't want anything to go wrong. So I basically have been sitting in the parking lot for an hour just for the opportunity to talk to you and interview for this opportunity. So it's great. It's great and really rewarding to see that interest. And it's been a great program, and I would highly suggest looking into something similar. At the end of the day, it's great to have technology folks that know how to use the application. They're former users. They really know what the needs are. And I think it will continue to pay off with better technology solutions for our customers, carriers, and our internal brokers here at TQL. Thanks.
Dan, phenomenal. Stories like this are so great. What a creative way to find solutions to a major problem. And I think when you sit and listen to what Dan's trying to say, this is one of many reasons why TQL is so successful. So thank you for that. Thank you for sharing, and best wishes to you all. Thank you. Next up is Leslie Nienhaus, VP of People for Amend Consulting. Leslie is one of the newest members of the Amend team. In fact, I think she was hired yesterday. They said, here's your first task. I'm just kidding. That's not entirely true. Leslie brings human resources experience across various business with prior roles at 8451 and Cow USA. Amend does not consult, they result. And it all starts with their people. The Amend team is like none other. They're one of the most talent-rich teams in the region, made up of world-class leaders that deeply care about their clients and one another. Their mission is to help clients achieve the impossible. They thrive on diving into problems that can't be solved, because that's where real growth and transformation occurs. Welcome, Leslie.
Thomas, thank you for the great introduction. I am not 2 days in, but I am 2 weeks in. So I couldn't think of a better way to celebrate my 2-week anniversary than being with the Cincinnati Chamber. I am super excited to be in this role, and especially to be able to dive into the Chamber. Look forward to interacting with you all. So as Thomas noted, Amend is a mid-market consulting firm. And we're here to really transform business and change the lives of who we serve in the communities in which we work. So we work with teams who are experiencing rapid growth, potentially working through times of transition, wanting to solve a challenge, or really create efficiencies around operations. So it's super exciting to hear about the innovation taking place in the city, right in our wheelhouse, because we are in the business of leveraging data, business intelligence, and technology to help solve those problems. So whatever it is, we love working with passionate leaders to drive meaningful, lasting change through that problem solving. And we are grateful to have worked with hundreds of clients to drive double-digit growth, and are especially humbled by a 98% customer satisfaction rate. Super, super critical to us. So I'm happy to share a few items with you around my personal favorite parts of our business and some reasons that I personally chose to join Amend. So these are really around our people and community-related initiatives. We can go to the next slide. So as of last month, we are in the process of relocating offices, increasing our office footprint by 7 times what it was previously. So we are now located in the Pendleton neighborhood on Reading Road, right across from the casino. And Jill, I could not agree with you more, and our company is aligned that physical space is really that critical opportunity for collaboration and community. And Amend definitely maintains and is leaning into that hybrid work environment, which is not foreign to us whatsoever, given the nature of consulting. So we have also doubled the size of our company in the past 2 years, and are super, super excited to welcome back our team to that new home that you see on the screen over the coming weeks. equipped with a rooftop view of our beautiful city. If you ever want to come visit, give me a call. Next slide. So from the talent side, one of our major talent pipelines I want to highlight today is through our analyst program. So we recruit year round to fill 3 rotation cohorts for the spring, summer, and fall, all with varying group sizes based off the upcoming business needs. And as Dr. Pinto was speaking, I was shaking my head enthusiastically as we are so, so grateful to have had so many positive experiences with many phenomenal individuals during their UC co-op experience. We cannot say enough good about our relationship with that program. So this is really a 16-week program with our analysts hitting the ground on day 1, showing up at client sites, working with our team members, and really, really rolling up their sleeves. So we also create a lot of intentionality around this experience and helping to develop these professionals. So we have a lot of internal folks who will step up to present, train, help our analyst cohort program to learn through accounting, business intelligence, change management, sales, and strategy, so that the members of these rotations can continue to grow their career at Amend or take these skills elsewhere within our community. Next. And finally, I want to highlight a piece that is critical to the foundation of Amend, and that is creating an impact through our time, our talent, and our treasure. So through our social consciousness committee, we have a group of super, super passionate individuals who have been seeking a relationship with one organization in the area where we feel like we can pour our impact, and at the same time, believe that that relationship will help us to learn personally and be generally just better members of the community. So I am just in front of the announcement. I could not get permission to, bring it forward, but we are super, super excited for this to be released in the coming weeks. And then in addition to that partnership that we are announcing soon, we are proud to be sponsoring Mayatree's Ascending Women Speaker Series, with the next event being Tuesday of next week in celebration of International Women's Day. This discussion will be focused on diversity and inclusion, collaboration, and innovation, all topics we've heard about today. And finally, we are super proud to continue to support our team with a 3-to-1 charity match on the causes that mean the most to them. So these 3 areas are really what drew me to Amend, that I found true in my 2 weeks with the company, and look forward to continue to highlighting them moving forward. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share with you all this morning.
Leslie, thank you. Hey guys, I told you this was going to be a great lineup today, and it's just going to continue down the road as we continue on this process. But what great member spotlights. Thank you both. Leslie, thank you for making us part of your initial 2 weeks. I can't wait to come down to the location. We look forward to meeting with you there. Thank you. I want to thank these members for being part of our monthly member briefing. If you are interested in being part of the monthly member briefing, please go to cincinnatiChamber.com/monthly member briefings and submit an interest form. We look forward to having you and hosting you on this great event. The Cincinnati Regional Chamber has a total of 10 benefit partners that enhance your business on an everyday basis. For our benefit partner today, we're so excited to have Kelly Serrada, Director of Group Purchasing Program and Sales Strategy for Office Depot. If you want a positive ROI on your membership, you need to listen closely to what Kelly has to say. This program is a home run for everybody. Kelly, welcome and tell us more.
Yes. Hope everyone is doing fantastic today. So many exciting things coming out of the region. Cannot wait to see and hear more. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Hopefully you can see it here in just a second. Let's try this. Oh, I do have a slide. Sean, I'm not sure if it's coming up because of I'm getting the error that I can't share it. Let's see if we can change that. And if not, I'll just talk it.
Kelly, you should be good to share now.
Okay, let's try it. Give me just a second here. Let's try it one more time. All right, let's see if we can pull that up. Can you guys share can you see my screen now? Or we're gonna have more opportunities there. Any luck?
No.
Oh goodness, how frustrating. Let me try it again. Let's see if that does the trick. I think that might be the fix. Can you see it okay, guys, now?
Yes, we sure can, Kelly. It looks
Awesome.
terrific.
Sorry for the delays there. All right. as Thomas mentioned, obviously, I'm Kelly Serrada. I oversee the Hub 365 program. And essentially what that is it's the Chamber Savings Program with Office Depot and OfficeMax. Included as part of your membership at no additional cost, you have access to the Office Depot Savings Program. Myself and my team work diligently with Office Depot. We've actually been in partnership with Office Depot for over 2 decades to negotiate preferred pricing on literally tens of thousands of items. Accessing the savings is super easy. We strongly encourage every member of the chamber to use the discounts both professionally and personally, and we certainly welcome you to share access to the savings within your organizations. The savings you can secure for yourself and your organization easily offset the cost of membership. And again, as I mentioned, it's at no additional cost. So please continue to put myself and my team at work for you guys so we continue to get you guys those savings. There's a QR code on this slide that you can scan actually that gives you the direct link to go sign up for those savings. But I will also include my contact information in the chat if you want to reach out to me directly with any questions or how to sign up. But we encourage you guys to take advantage of those savings and invest more than in return to the region. Take care and thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. Kelly's group does fantastic work, and I encourage you to connect with them and take them up on their offer. Thank you, Kelly and team, for your partnership. And I may mention, please reach out to myself or my colleague, Beth McNeil. We're more than happy to take you through all the nuances that go into our cost savings program and our program with Office Depot, OfficeMax. Thank you, Kelly. Joining us now is our very own Audrey Treasure. Audrey is the Vice President and Executive Director of the Workforce Innovation Center here at the Chamber. She has established the center as a central place to support companies in solving challenges, recruiting new sources of talent, and implementing inclusive capitalism practices within business to benefit their organization. Audrey, take it away and tell us more about the Workforce Innovation Center.
Thank you, Thomas, and good morning, everybody. I'm also going to share my screen now. And can someone tell me if they see it?
We cannot yet.
Okay.
Yes,
Still no?
Audrey, it looks great.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Well, hi, everyone. Like Thomas mentioned, I'm Audrey Treasure, and I run the Workforce Innovation Center here at the Chamber. I'm delighted to be with you all today and grateful for all of you being members of the Chamber. What we've done here at the Workforce Innovation Center is built a talent consultancy practice to help companies solve their most pressing talent and workforce needs. Over and over again, as Jill mentioned, and as everyone on the call today has mentioned, talent is company's #1 priority, and it makes everything work. You can't run your business without a successful team. And what we've built here at the center is a practice to help solve those issues and help you achieve your goals. The things that we've built are customized solutions and recommendations to meet you exactly where you are and to help you solve issues like employee attraction, retention, mobility within your workforce, and focus intentionally on diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. What we're able to accomplish for clients and with clients is these items here on the slide: attracting new sources of talent, including those who might be overlooked or previously not considered an active source for you, increasing employee retention, cultivating employee engagement, improving policies, practices, and benefits, becoming more diverse, equitable, inclusive, and improving your organizational culture. We do this through 3 primary services that companies can select as a menu. You can choose them on their own or stack them together. An employee survey we've built on a proprietary platform that captures employees' experiences at work and at home to really understand what might be driving their decisions and possibly their challenges within the workforce. A review of your policies and practices against our library of more than 150 best practices in policy, so that you can determine whether or not you have the right environment to attract and retain the talent that you need. And we also can do a workforce analysis benchmarking your company against industry peers to try and understand how you stack up against your competitors. We help you create an actionable plan with the results from those services that we offer. This is based on your specific data in your industry and your culture, and helps you take forward what you've already done and put in place and put it in action to help you achieve your goals. Here's an example of what that could look like. We create a customized recommendation report for you that could include, say, 4 practice recommendations like I have here. Recruit fairly and broadly is the category, but broaden your recruitment strategies for all levels is the practice. And within every practice, we provide a number of supporting strategies to help you get to your goals. And then we take it one step further. We don't want to give you just an action plan that you sit on a shelf or the results of your employee survey that you never review again. We want to work with your team and integrate this into a part of your systems so that you're able to solve those challenges and get to where you'd like to go. We're fortunate to partner with a variety of organizations across the region to help you also solve problems and identify new sources of talent that you may have never considered. A few examples of what we've done in this case is connect employers with the immigrant and refugee community through Cincinnati Compass, or we do that through specific training provider partners like the Apprentice program that TQL mentioned. We personally are interviewing UC interns following this presentation today, and we want to promote those kinds of opportunities for employers across the region. And then we're also helping employers identify resources to support their employees, like how to get out of bankruptcy and build a stronger financial future, how to address issues of intimate partner violence, or even how to deal with issues of addiction and recovery. We do this with a great team of consultants. We've recruited individuals who have background in human resources, organizational development, education and training, executive coaching. And these team members would compile a team for each client to help you solve your problems and get to your goals. These individuals are thoughtful, creative, and hardworking individuals. We'd love to help them put together a team for you. A few testimonials from some of our clients about how we've helped them meet their needs. Molly Fender from Monty Inc. says all industries are struggling to find and retain talent. The Workforce Innovation Center helps Monty adopt inclusive policies to attract and retain our greatest asset, our people. We've also recently launched a career board in conjunction with the Chamber, and this is available at no cost to all Chamber members. So if you haven't visited already, we hope you'll visit the career board at the Workforce Innovation Center. You'll fill out some brief questions to help us understand more about who you are, what you offer to your employees, and the benefits of working there. And then you can be listed alongside these organizations here. We promote the jobs and opportunities to our partner organizations from the previous slide, as well as broadly to the community, because we know you really need to solve your talent issues as soon as possible. So if you're interested in learning more, please schedule a consultation. Myself and my colleague, Thanapat Vichachat, would be happy to meet with you in the near future and talk through your issues and opportunities. And we'd love you to be a part of our work. Our mission to help companies adopt inclusive practices that helps their employees and their businesses thrive, and then as a part of our vision to transform our regional economy through the adoption of inclusive practices and benefits. Thanks, Thomas, for letting me be here, and to all of you for joining.
Thank you, Audrey. Thank you for your passion for the region, all the work for you and your team. I got to tell you, when everyone talks about, hey, here's an issue, and they also provide solutions for credible outcomes, and the job board is just one of those things. So great job, Audrey, and thank you for your time today. All right, as we catch our breath, I want to give you a quick reminder to save these dates and times of some upcoming events. First of all, on Wednesday, March 9th, from 2:30 to 4, the Greater Cincinnati Safety Council will be hosting Ladder Safety with Little Giant. For all the safety folks you have in your business, please get them registered for this event. On Thursday, March 10th, from 8 to noon, we have the Regional Government Day. If you haven't registered, there's still time. March 17th, you'll hear more from OfficeMax and all of our cost savings partners about Membership Benefits 101. That will be virtual, Thursday, March 17th, 8:30 to 10. And then on March 23rd, we have our We Speak event where we rise, breaking wealth stereotypes, building personal prosperity, and lifting others. And finally, on April 7th, join us for our next monthly member briefing. Our keynote speaker will be Lee Fox, the President and CEO of Cincinnati Bell. We look forward to seeing you at the events. Please reach out to us if you have any questions. We're here to help you grow, connect, and help your business prosper. Thank you, everybody.